Today I want to tell you the story about CSS. She is our good mate who lives down the tree. Here she stirs up the dyes she normally uses to color liquids in glasses. She's one of our color wizards. After work, there is a time when we can chill out all together. I remember the time she arrived here. Before HTML had been in charge of the colors, but our boss decided to split up the responsibilities and hire CSS to do this work. It was a good idea. After the years passed, our lands look more colorful than ever before. But the story I want to tell you begins some weeks later when the Node's birthday party was announced. We all thought only about it, and on the day of the party, everybody had already prepared the costumes and gifts, except HTML, who felt unwell after he yesterday mixed some sour mushrooms with vodka. Never do that at home. I wanted to give Node a red gem I found hidden in the garden a day ago. Node's rooms are underground, so we needed to get all the way down the tree to enter the bottom part of the company. To do that, we decided to use Ajax fruits. They grow on the tree as the customers make traffic in our company. Inside they contain seeds, popularly called jason, and when they fall down, the seeds are collected by workers. We hung on a grown fruit and waited a minute for it to fall. In 10 seconds we landed in high grass near the entrance. There was a long line and everybody was checked by the bouncer. It took us half an hour to wait. Finally we got there.
Next one, please. Oh, what's up, JS? Come in. You're on the list. You're VIP, so you needn't have waited.
Why didn't he say that just a bit earlier?
And why you?
That's CSS, our mate. We both work in the tree. He said only the ones who have something in common with the underground can enter. And all the customers have tons of data stored inside, and that's why he can let them in. He took CSS's hand and led her away. I couldn't see where they went because the line pushed me forwards. I knew I had to tell somebody about it. The party where some random guys can come in, but his own coworkers can't. That's ridiculous! But it wasn't really surprising anymore when I saw the party itself. There was totally nothing cool, just some classical music, cards, and the highest volume drink was probably rotten orange juice. As 95% of the participants were some random birds, I didn't even have anything to talk with them about. After sitting there for over 2 hours, Node finally arrived, but I didn't really want to talk with him. I couldn't take it easy, the story when we… not for now, I'll tell you later, maybe. I hid myself in my arms, wishing he wouldn't find me. This technique is known by every single being in this world and…
JS, my fellow, how's it going, brah?
It never works. Yeah, happy birthday, Node.
Thanks for coming. I would never expect you here.
Shut up, you know well why I don't show up.
So what brought you here?
Me and my friend CSS just… Wait, CSS! By you and your stupid rules, she couldn't come in.
What are you talking about?
Your bouncer didn't let her in, cause she's not connected with the underground.
Is it some kind of a joke? I haven't hired any bouncers.
Oh no. I instantly got to the exit, then poked my head out of the main door. She was gone. I tried to do some looking and find her. Everything that was outside or inside the building I checked. After 2 hours I started losing my hope. HTML was sleeping. He was sleeping all of that time. So he's blank and I feel hopeless. There was nothing I could do but sit and think. Then I realized it. Everything went grayscale. I was so focused on looking for her that I didn't spot the colors faded out. Oh my god, she was kidnapped by this guy. But why the colors? He had to take her to the other lands. Everywhere you could see people wondering what happened. I couldn't concentrate, but then somebody patted my shoulder.
They brought her to the dark world.
How do you know? That meant more than 1,000 words. But how to get there?
I can't help you, but you probably need to hurry up.
At least we've got something. I tried to find his footprints, but it was impossible to find anything. He knew what he was doing, letting all of these birds in. However, if you can't find something on the ground, you should look higher. So I climbed the tree, where I could look really far from and spotted something interesting. On the very east of this tree, there were still some colors visible, but fading out. I really had to hurry. Without asking anybody, I rushed out of the village. I knew only that I needed to head east. Yes, the further I was going, the more colorful everything became. I was running and running. Why have I not passed a driving license before or bought a bike? I don't know, but after an hour or two of just running, I suddenly found something interesting. There was a world border. Right after transpassing it, you're going to find yourself in a dark world. It's a place where many strange things happen uncontrolled by any law. It's a place my friends told me to never enter, but now it's time to go forward. I crossed the border and tried to find a place she could be taken to. I've never been here before. Everyone found it to be a taboo place. But there's no need to worry. I tried to pump up my self-confidence. After making just a few steps forward, I started feeling the dark force of this world. It was trying to go throughout my body. I found it too difficult to go further, cause every next step I was making, I was getting stronger thoughts of committing a suicide. It was a nightmare. Before I decided to head back to the normal world and prepare, I tried to take a dark rock from the ground, but it was too powerful. It's difficult to explain, but I couldn't grab it with my hand. Fortunately, there were some leaves in my tail. They had to get inside when I was climbing the tree. They were so helpful to pick up this rock. Now, it's time to run back. Everybody gathered around the rock I brought. They wanted to feel the darkness they never felt before, I think. We tried to suppress it in some way. Nothing worked out, obviously. We checked literally everything in this room. Did I mention everybody came to see that rock? HTML didn't. He was sleeping upstairs and he just woke up. OMG, this mash and alcohol mix make you dead for so fucking long.
Hey guys, haven't you seen the colors? They are all gone. Wow, I see you already figured this out. After all the time I spent in that room, I'm so freaking hungry. What's going on, JS? Bruh, what's everyone looking at? Looks like a normal rock. Never knew you guys are pebble collectors.
That was amazing! He did it! There was still some dust on the leaf. We immediately realized the thing which stops the power script comes from the baguette he held in other hand. Without it, he didn't affect the rocks anymore. We put the baguette apart, then checked all of its ingredients and we've got it! There was a red onion inside. It had so much power to take down the dust force. It took us a while to create some durable onion costumes which will protect me in the dark world. Alright, it's time to go. I decided to put them in a bag, so I could dress one at the border. When I tried to get to the exit, HTML stopped me.
You don't want to go there by foot, do you? Come on, I'm going there too. Here, take my car. She was one of us, so that's also my case.
Well, why not? So we jumped in and drove away. I was jealous. He could drive this car and I couldn't. Now he's a gangsta. It took us 10 minutes to get there. He even had enough skill to get to the dark world without my help. That was a bit strange, but I was even more jealous. There was a car park at the border. Who the heck built something in a place like this? We put our clothes on, then tried to cross the border. Yes, it worked out. Onion seems to watch the darkness from these rocks. We went further. I realized these rocks are turning back to bad ones after a few seconds. Okay, we are here. But where do they take CSS?